atop the Big Ten standings with Indiana and try to remain perfect at 9-0 if they can win. We're underway. And it'll be Mullins, I beg your pardon, Taylor on the return, and a nice return it is out to the 32-yard line. So a good starting spot for Michigan and their offense as we take a look at the lineups presented by Wayfair. And it starts with the guy that we just talked about, Davis Warren. Started the first 3 games, had some turnover issues, and renamed the starter last week. But as Gary said, we'll not only see number 16, but we'll see Alex Orji, number 10, as well.
Now, many times you get a chance to go from starter to third string and back to starter. Really should be an interesting game for Davis Warren.
Second chance for him. And the first snap of the game with Loveland in motion is a toss. And it's going to be a loss. And wow, immediately Derek Harmon makes his presence felt. The guy that Gary talked about drops Donovan Edwards for a loss.
And coming right over here, just watch that penetration right there. That's to the outside. Just beats inside El Hadi, the guard on that play. And boy, Derek Harmon does a great job. He said he was ready for it.
Well, he's seen him before. Guys, right? He was in a different uniform the last time. Transferred from Michigan State.
A little more green on it.
So a loss of 5, second down at 15. We might see Davis Warren's arm earlier than we expected. They're going to keep it on the ground. And this time getting some of that yardage back is Donovan Edwards. So we take a look at the offense and the group up front. Andrew Gentry is out for the year at right tackle, so Evan Link on that side. Miles Hinton didn't play the last time we saw Michigan. He mans the left side. Samaj Morgan, they've got to get more out of their wide receivers. Colston Loveland's been their passing game so far as a receiver. Somebody else has got to shine. We'll see if it's Samaj.
Agree. I think the whole group of wide receivers got to give this Michigan team 100 yards in yardage in this game.
They're down at 7. Loveland, the motion man. Warren, quick throw. Tried to tuck it in there to Loveland. It's broken up. Incomplete, and it was Jamar Muhammad on the coverage.
One of their best covers, I think they might say their best cover guy, the transfer from Washington a year ago, and he gets his hand into the ball slightly behind, and that's actually a pretty good matchup for Muhammad against the tight end that time. If you got a big tight end, you got to put it up in his chest area. Not a great throw.
Tez Johnson standing there with the official waiting on the punt from Tommy Doman.
Information for Michigan. For Oregon, Tez Johnson.
Doman's kick. Johnson backpedals, takes at the 16-yard line. Tez Johnson, nice return out around the 37, 38-yard line. Averaging about 12 yards a punt return, and he got more out of that one.
Thought he misjudged it a bit, went backwards, and then got up into the return pretty well. And is this coming back? Oh, an injury on the field. I thought everybody was backing up.
Yeah. And that looks like it would be Jeffrey Percy, I think. Oh, bad turn on the right ankle.
That's for sure. And they are already short. And the offensive line, that would be their second tackle that plays regularly out of the game.
And you see Jeffrey Percy being helped off on that play on the special teams on the punt, turning his right ankle. When you turn an ankle and your 310-pound ankle, that hurts.
It's a lot of weight on that turn right there.
So he's heading, I'm sure, to the tent or the locker room.
Couldn't put any weight on it at all, could he?
So this is Oregon now as the Wayfair starting lineups bring us this guy, Dylan Gabriel. Unbelievably efficient. His numbers are off the charts. He's closing in on all the passing and touchdown and yardage records. He's number 2 in most. Jordan James behind him in a pistol set here on the first snap from the 37-yard line. Play fake to James. Gabriel throws short and got it to Justice Lowe. And found him a couple of times last year.
I'll tell you, Justice Lowe has earned playing time, hasn't he? I mean, we were impressed with him a week ago. And like you talked about Gabriel, I mean, he gets his player taken away by Josiah Stewart, but he stays with him. Sometimes a quarterback on one of those bumps will train downfield. He stuck with him, and it paid off.
Paid off for 6 yards out to the 43-yard line. Gabriel, quick throw out in the flat. Tez Johnson, first down and more into Michigan territory immediately. Wesley Walker in the secondary made the stop.
I'll tell you, one of the things that this Oregon receiver group do, this time it's a tight end. Watch Herbert right there, number 88, Patrick Herbert. Watch him get the key block here to just make this play from a 1 or 2 yard play into much more.
And Tez Johnson's yards after catch, we've seen what he can do all year long. And he's a little shaken up after that play that got him a first down at the 46-yard line. Now it's Justice Lowe again, and he might have a first down. As we take a look at the offense joining Dylan Gabriel and company up front. And the backs and receivers, Terrence Ferguson, their sensational tight ends, missed some time with an appendectomy, and he's going to play today some. We'll see how much. Jordan James right into the middle of the pack and a first down. Defensively, Michigan trying to slow down this Ducks offense on their opening drive. And here's their group up front. In the back end, Rayshon Benny back in to add some depth to the front wall. There's the linebacking core. And Amir Hall and Zeke Berry. Some changes back there due to injuries to Will Johnson and Jyree Hill. So they're a little bit thin in the secondary, especially when you lose a guy that's an All-American. First down. Gabriel getting some heat. Throws it out to his check down, and it's low again. And he got a couple.
So on that pass to Tez Johnson, Ness said he went off the game, dinged it just a bit. Let's see if he fell on the shoulder or what exactly was bothering him. One of their, All-American receivers. They got a couple others, but it'd be tough for them to lose Tez on this game so early like this.
He had the nice punt return to get in good field position, and that was his 64th catch of the year, where he was banged up. They've worked it to the Michigan 31 on a second down and 8. Inside handoff. James again for about 4. And Walker made the stop from the secondary, brings up third down.
So I felt early in the year when you watched Oregon play, I thought the middle of their offensive line was a question mark. With the move to center, that really shored up the middle. Coming through was Nashon Strother at left guard. That's an area that Michigan front, those two tackles, Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, has to win that spot right there, inside out for this Michigan defense.
Just a shade under 50% on their third down conversions. This is a 3rd and 5. They need to get to the Michigan 23. Gabriel, quick throw to the near side. Got it complete. And it's Evan Stewart at first down.
Remember, that's where Will Johnson would have lined up, the All-American corner. That's Zeke Berry. Usually an inside safety gets matched up. That's a tough matchup for one of the elite receivers on the play.
James for a couple.
And this is the exact thing that Oregon's been doing the last few games. They did it to Purdue. They did it to Illinois, scoring early and not allowing that Michigan team to kind of play it safe. They start putting points on the board and they go, it's got to be more than just take care of the football.
Yeah, you're going to have to score points with these guys. Absolutely. Or you got no chance. Noah Whittington in the lineup at tailback now. 2nd down and 7. Just inside the 17. They fake it to him. They throw the wide out tunnel screen. And Kenyon Sadiq's got a first down.
Yeah, he's one of those mismatches. We talked about Terrence Ferguson, but the guy who has changed the offense is number 18, kind of a hybrid tight end in Kenyon Sadiq. God, it's just like, it seems like they got 7 receivers out there.
I know, exactly.
And they got a quarterback that's seen it all. He's, like a year they go, well, we'll never have another Bo Nix. That was took 1 year. And I think it was his shoulder. He landed on it, Tez Johnson.
Tez is heading to the locker room. Meanwhile, 1st and goal. Terrence Ferguson is in left wing, the tight end. Gabriel rolls, wants to run with it. He'll get it to about the 6. Let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, Tez Johnson just spent about 2 minutes in the injury tent. He's currently going into the locker room. Guys, when he came out of the injury tent, it looks like he's holding that right shoulder area. I'll update you when I get more information.
All right, Jenny, thank you. Big loss there. As Gary said, though, they're deep at receiver, but you don't want to lose a guy like him.
No, absolutely not. Michigan's going, well, maybe it'll be a little fairer game.
11th play of the drive coming up. It's a 2nd down and goal, just shaded outside the 5. Whittington direct snap, taking it wide, cutting it back in, and down at about the 2-yard line.
That's what offensive coordinator for Oregon, Will Stein, has been so good at. You really don't know what you're defending. Who's going to get the ball? Is it going to be a quick pass? You're going to direct snap it. They got 2 backs, tight ends, H-backs. They really have a complete offense. You know, their offensive tackle group might be as good as theirs in college football as well.
Jordan James checks back in. 3rd down and goal. Gabriel got great wheels too, don't forget, as a runner.
See if Mason Crosby right there. If that guy Mason Graham can make a play.
Gabriel, back shoulder to the end zone, got it, touchdown. Wow, what a throw and catch to Evan Stewart.
I don't know if you can cover it any better than that, can you?
I don't think so.
Amir Hall, one-on-one. Evan Stewart, look at that back shoulder. Man, that's good coverage. Better throw and a great catch.
Sensational.
I mean, what is there, 6 inches to throw that ball in that play?
Extra point by Sappington will be coming up once they do the shift. If they do the shift.
Man, 12 plays, just like clockwork down the field.
Extra point is good, as Gary said. Well, Evan Stewart gets credit for a touchdown catch that wasn't.
So we never saw this look right here, but during commercial, it's clear that that ball, the nose of the ball, hit the ground. We thought it was a great catch. It really wasn't a catch, and this should have been 4th down. We missed it. Remember, the replay officials have the ability to go back and delay and ask for every angle. They missed it too. So if you're a Michigan fan, I know it's going to be all over all the replays, but that should have been a stop right there.
As it is, it'll be credited as the 19th touchdown pass for Gabriel on the year. And they'll bring this one out to the 25-yard line. So we'll update Dylan Gabriel as we go. We told you he's number 2 in just about every category to Case Keenum, and he's getting closer. That's 176. The day is young. Also, same thing with yardage. Davis Warren, 2nd trip out. Their first series started with a 5-yard loss on Donovan Edwards. See if they can get positive yardage as Hillel Mullins is in as the deep tailback. It's end around though, and it's Loveland, and he's going to lose yards too. Nice play by Tysheen Johnson. So both their 1st down plays produce negative yardage. The Ducks defensive lineup that Gary talked about, getting Jordan Birch back too, that just adds more depth to that group. The linebacking core, bet you their leading tackler, and Jamar Muhammad, who's already made a big play in this game. He has 7 pass breakups on the season to lead the Ducks in that category. 2nd down and 12. High snap. Warren gonna head to the sideline, get what he can, and get out of bounds, and slides into Duckland over there.
Looking around, didn't get much on 1st down, trying to get the back out in the flat, does not get out. Tyler Morris got caught up in traffic inside, and now we got a 3rd and long. And those ears will be pinned back, and I think Jordan Birch is in the game right here.
And indeed he is. Michigan 41% on the year in the 3rd down conversions. They did a great job though against Michigan State, especially in the latter half of the game on their 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 6. Warren getting some heat and lost the ball. Covered it himself.
Yeah, I think he got it knocked out of his hand that time as he was going forward. Not sure exactly who got it that time. I think it was over here that came across and got the knockout. Ooh, Younglele. Let's see if he comes out and swats it. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, he did.
Watch, look at that leverage over there going against Evan Link. Tough matchup for anybody as he has really come on. I don't know if it was knocked out by a Michigan, his own lineman or whatever.
It's going to force a punt either way. Tommy Dolman. Last time, Tez Johnson had a nice return. Tez not out there as a return man. This one taken at the 30, and the ball is out, and Michigan's got it. Just mentioning their normal punt returners in the locker room with an injury, and Michigan gets a break on special teams.
Jenny talked about that in the Michigan State game. Okay, they lost the yards, the passing yards, the rushing yards, but they won the turnover battle, and that is one statistic they had to win today. Could they win the turnover battle? Well, here's the start.
Ryan Pelham is the guy that was hit and dropped it. Michigan recovers the golden opportunity here.
Yeah, so they used a few trick plays Michigan did a week ago against Michigan State. Can they come up with something to kind of open up and help the quarterback play?
On a short field, they start at the 28-yard line.
Let's go, Michigan! Let's go, Blue!
Colston Loveland right there, their #1 guy.
Donovan Edwards in the backfield. They fake it to him. It's an end around to Samaj. And he only got back to the line of scrimmage. Samaj Morgan.
I think it was Nico Reed that time, #9, that came from the secondary. This is a veteran group that this secondary has for Oregon. All 5 of them are transfers. Look at how he comes up, fills that lane. Inside out, Tysheem Johnson turns it in, and there he is right there to make the tackle.
There was a couple good blocks, but they missed one. And
that's all you got to do.
Only 1 touchdown allowed in the last more than 2 games. 2nd down and 10 at the 28. Davis Warren under center. And the give. Donovan Edwards straight up the middle. Edwards! 1st and goal, Michigan.
Run the ball up the middle. They're asking the running backs to crease it. Don't slow down. Make a 4-yard gain, a 6-yard gain. A 6-yard and 8-yarder. We don't need 60-yard runs. We want to make 4, 6, 8. And you saw Donovan Edwards that time take it inside out, and we got to change a quarterback.
Yes, we do. Alex Orji comes in. That gain was 18 yards for Donovan Edwards to the 10-yard line. Orji in the shotgun. Blitz is coming. Orji is going off the left side, powering for about 4 tough yards. And a flag down.
Illegal shift. Offense, number 17 and 8. Both moving at the same time and not resetting. 5-yard penalty.
So that's part of the quarterback's job. When you've got a shift and then a motion, you have to check out there and make sure the shift guys is set before you put the next guy in motion. Watch this. When they start to shift, it's a little late right there. You see the 2 people moving. I guess it was the tight end that was kind of jockeying as the motion was going out there. So I'll take that. It was not Alex's fault.
Michigan has something they didn't have a week ago, a penalty. And now it's 1st and goal at the 15. Warren under center. Donovan Edwards trying to juke to the outside, got about 4 of it back. And it'll be 2nd down and goal.
I'll tell you what, if you want to know where the football's going, follow Bredson. That's the guy that's going to lead you. That wingback, fullback, H-back, he's going to come across that formation and play physical football for Michigan.
Warren out, Orji in. 2nd down and goal at the 11.
It's a nice answer by Michigan here. They get a tough break on the bounce pass touchdown. Could have held them to 3. Come back, force a turnover. Now they're in position.
Alex Orji, there's his numbers. Texas native in the shotgun. Going to try to follow his blockers to the left side. Orji puts his head down, gets around the 7. Kobe Savage, part of the group that knocked him out of bounds along with Jamari Caldwell.
Watch Max Bredson again. Tough block out here on the end. He has to get the key block for Orji to get outside. Stands up, allows him to turn the corner without getting a penalty. Beautiful job. Max Bredson, fullback, H-back. This guy's going to play in the NFL for a long time.
One of the captains of the Michigan team. His brother was a 2-time captain for the Wolverines. Plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now. Davis Warren back in. 3rd down and goal at the 7. Loveland in motion to the outside. Warren's looking that way. Going to be a late throw back in the middle, and he got it. Touchdown, Michigan. Tyler Morris.
How about Davis Warren on this play? Goes out as far as he can, throws it against his body. For weeks and weeks and weeks, they've told Davis Warren, don't take any chances. Don't do anything crazy. And look what he does. He makes a Joe Montana pass across his body for the touchdown.
Extra point.
Just remember, when you throw a ball like that, if it doesn't work out, you're taking a big risk, and you're going to get booed off the field. I admire that throw.
Nevada in for the point after. Up and good. Remember, this short field and all the up-to-date information. Gary's going to be with the HQ guys after our game. There's the receivers.
Yeah, how about that group right there? They've been maligned all year, have not been getting a lot of balls, but I said somebody's got to make a play.
Yeah.
Made a play, right?
I was just going to say, we talked about it, and that's the first touchdown pass to a wide receiver since the Minnesota game, and it was also Tyler Morris. A Jeep update. Let's head to Adam Zucker in New York.
All right, Ness, thank you. About an hour away from the big house, Michigan State's jumped out to a 10-0 lead on undefeated Indiana. Aiden Childs to Nick Marsh here on 3rd and 12, and watch this catch along the sideline. It's the first time the Hoosiers have trailed this season. Guys, the Spartans still have some fight from last week.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough game at Michigan State.
I think Jonathan Smith's been doing a good job with that Michigan State football team. I figured Indiana would have a tough matchup today in that game.
And they do right now. Here we got an even matchup, 7-7. Second possession for the Ducks. Jordan James. And a little pushing and shoving at the end of the play.
That's what that Oregon defense has to do. If they win in between the tackles, the Michigan defense has to do against this Oregon offense. I mean, it's, you don't want to say this, but you really can't let Oregon play you both running and passing. I mean, you got to make them beat you passing the ball. Got to win inside. That's the strength of this defense.
That's Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, those two guys inside from Michigan that are both All-American caliber. 2nd down and 7. Empty backfield for Dylan Gabriel. Little communication there. Gabriel throws one down the seam, and it's a 1st down. Yep. And it is to Kenyon Sadiq again.
It's kind of hard to believe how good Dylan Gabriel and how accurate he is. If there's a seam to throw, you play zone against him, he just seems to see it before it even opens up.
And that guy's becoming more and more a part of the offense as they go. Gabriel this time wanted to throw in the flat. Now he's just going to throw it away.
Going to get 15 yards. Roughing
it. Hit late?
Yep. Josiah Stewart, I think, hit him late. Got him in the head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got him in the helmet. And there comes the flag. And here's the call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 0 with a high hit to the quarterback. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Mentioning that fact that the Ohio State defense pressured Gabriel 19 times, but they didn't sack him, and they really didn't use the word they didn't affect him. Okay, they need to do more. This Michigan defense has to have one of those pass rush days like they had against USC, where they really affected Miller Moss in that football game.
So first down by penalty to the 33 of the Wolverines. Gabriel off the play fake, flushed out of the pocket again and throws it away again.
Jayshon Barham, number 1. I think one of the key players in this football game, that extra rusher. It's hard to get to Gabriel with just 4 rushers. Jayshon Barham that time came free. Wink Martindale bringing the 5th man in pass rush.
So a little bit off his mark that time. For Gabriel, forces second down and 10.
Off his mark, but didn't lose yards.
Right. Terrence Ferguson, his best friend, the tight end that's been out a couple of weeks in the slot, and now they're moving in motion. Draw play, James trying to cut it outside, does, and he's got a first down and he's still standing.
So with the emergence of Noah Whittington, Jordan James has been able to play fresh.
Yeah.
He's got a partner back there, and look what he can do on this delayed draw. He really didn't even have a lead blocker on the play. Gets into the secondary and runs tough.
And runs through Amir Hall on the corner.
Nice delayed draw play.
End of the first quarter, 2 at Michigan Stadium with the Ducks at the Wolverine 21-yard line. First down. And then Gabriel wants to throw back. Now will take off. No, he's going to throw, and he got it complete to Ferguson, and he might be there at the 1-foot line. So he makes his presence felt in his first game back.
Yeah, let's see if he reaches out. Does he land on the line? I think Ness called it right, just short.
First and goal at the 1, straight ahead, and
Looked like he got in, didn't he?
Whittington. Finally, they say touchdown.
He did.
Whittington down on the bottom, and
his knee was down, but it looks like the ball was crossing. Remember, goes all the way up that goal line, the front of the goal line, goes up vertically. I think when the knee went down, he was across.
Took the officials a long time to finally signal touchdown.
They're going to review this.
It was a touchdown. The play's under further review.
So we're taking another look.
Knee down now.
Knee down, but you can't quite see. I mean, he's stretching out at the end. I get
Yes,
it.
I thought the ball crossed the line before the knee went down, but no clear angle.
Gene Steratore is with us on this one. Gene, what do you think?
You know, from the angles that I'm seeing too, guys, I don't think there's something there that you can say that it wasn't a touchdown now with the ruling. I actually am with Gary on it. If I had to call it live, I would have said the ball broke the plane. But looking at the replays, even though that left knee does hit and we see it right there, I think the front of that football's touched the goal line by that time. I don't see them overturning this to short.
So that's about all the angles we're going to get. And again, that's why the officials took their time. And it's still going on.
Hey, Gene, can I pick your brain a second here for a bit?
Yes, you
Just
can,
want to
Gary. Yes, sir.
go back to that touchdown non-call. You know, as a quarterback or a player, an early mistake kind of sticks in your head. What would go through the officials? Because they probably now know that that ball bounced and they missed it. Everybody involved.
You know, Kerry, that's a great question. And look, there are times in the games, and I'm not one that worked perfectly for all my years either. It's overcoming something like that. You know, I saw the replay and see the line judge staring right at that ball, and now you see it hit. This is when you've got to lift your crew up and have kind of amnesia now in that regard and move forward, because there's a lot of snaps coming, a lot of big calls to come to the remainder of this game.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. Touchdown.
Thanks, team. Yep, we're all trying to do the best we can, right? I mean, but that's a tough one to miss, if you know.
Give you one final look at this 1-foot touchdown run by Noah Whittington.
Nice to see for Oregon fans, Ferguson back in this football game. In that big Ohio State game, he had 4 catches in that game for 62 yards. He was a big part of that win.
Sappington in for the point after. And it's up and good. So count that one, a 75-yard drive in 6 plays. Took just over 2 minutes. Bo Nix, one of the finalists for the Heisman a year ago, and now the guy that took his spot likewise will be in the conversation, as we've seen today. Dylan Gabriel. (14-7) lead for the #1 team in the country, but now Michigan gets their chance after we check in with Jenny.
Well, 2 minutes into the game, Michigan O-lineman Jeffrey Percy needed help off the field. He was carted to the tunnel and then transferred into a wheelchair. He couldn't put any weight on that right leg. Spent about 10 minutes in the x-ray room and then took a wheelchair to the locker room. Guys, he is still in there.
All right, Jenny, I don't think we'll see him today, that's for sure. Kalel Mullings in the backfield with Davis Warren. 2 tight end set for the Wolverines. Mullings straight ahead, bulldozing his way for about 7 tough yards.
Now I'm thinking that Sharon Moore right now, just watching how this game's unfolding, has to be talked to his coordinators and go, we're going to have to score points, guys. I mean, our defense, if they pitch a good game, might hold this team to 28 points. We got to figure how we can get more than 28 points here.
Michigan averages 21.5. Ironically, they give up 21.5. Even mark. 172 points they've scored. They've given up the same amount, 172. And we know that Oregon can put up 35 a game, as they usually do. Straight ahead. And first down for Michigan. Kalel Mullings had a chance to spend some time. All of us did yesterday with him. He walked in the room. I go, no wonder you look like a linebacker. He used to be a linebacker. He is a big dude.
I was thinking, like, God, glad I don't play defense. Jeez, that guy.
He's got a linebacker mentality playing tailback.
Yes. Jordan Birch back in the game. They're rotating him in. Been out a few weeks. And slowly we'll get him back into the play.
Alex Argy in at quarterback in the shotgun. He'll go off the left side for about, well, he's still going. Got about 4 out of the deal.
So I'm thinking Alex Orji has to give Michigan today 75, 80 yards in a mix of run and pass. I mean, that's what they need from him. I don't think it can be all run. I think they got to get some passing yards out of him. They need an extra weapon on the field.
If they don't let him throw, it's just a decoy situation.
Yeah,
He's just a running back.
Right. I think, you got to let him go 3, 4, 5 passes in this game.
Yeah, they've been struggling passing the ball this year. 131 yards a game is not normally what Michigan would have. And here's a nice defensive play, and Mullings goes down for a loss. Bryce Betcher made the first contact, the football player, and their leading tackler.
Yeah, coming out on 3rd down, but on 1st and 2nd down, he's playing the center of the field, but it's not baseball, so it's middle linebacker. And he just blows it up inside. Grab on and hold on.
He had 8 tackles and a sack last week in the win over Illinois at home in Eugene. Now it's 3rd down and 7. Well, this is Davis Warren time.
That's 6.
Maybe Loveland, if he can find him. On the move, trying to find a receiver, throws late, has it knocked up and out of bounds. He was trying to go to Kendrick Bell. Good job defensively.
Yeah, Tosh Lapoy that time puts up 6 men in the box. So you're threatening from every angle to put pressure on the quarterback. He doesn't rush 6, but he's got Devin Jackson there almost kind of spying on the play.
Jackson just with a little shove at the end, and that altered the throw that was behind his intended receiver. Doman set to punt. Evan Stewart is going to call fair catch. 3rd different punt returner out there. Tez Johnson for having my back so much on that play.
Well, you know what? If you could fake the play-by-play guy, you know it's a good fake. If you could fake Ness, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to bet that Oregon is going to run that play in this game.
Well, they did it twice successfully 17 years ago in a victory here in Ann Arbor. Here's Jordan James for about a yard. Let's get an update on Tez Johnson from Jenny.
Well, 10 minutes left in the first. He went from the injury tent into the x-ray room, then to the locker room without any pads on. I spoke to Dan Lanning after the quarter. He did not have any update. And guys, just breaking news right now, he just came out in street clothes. So he is on the sideline. He's out for the game. From my perspective, it looked to be a collarbone or separated shoulder.
Okay, Jenny, thanks. So there goes the All-American receiver off the high-powered offense of the Ducks. The good news is they have depth there, but maybe not a guy like him. They're going deep here. And jump ball broken up. Evan Stewart was the intended receiver, and Zeke Berry was with him stride for stride.
And let's throw kudos to Zeke Berry on this one. Slightly underthrown, but he reaches back with his left hand. Again, remember, this Michigan secondary is playing shorthanded, especially at corner.
There's Tez still holding his arm, his right arm up to his chest.
Looks like Mason Curtis, true freshman number 25, is in the game at safety. That's how deep this Michigan secondary has to go.
3rd down and 8. Gabriel trouble, got away from it, at least momentarily, and has to throw it to the sideline. Incomplete is 4th down.
So that was the type of pressure that this pass rush has to produce in this game. Again, moving Dylan Gabriel out of the pitcher's mound. Just move him off the mound. Where does the pressure come from? Just his right side, kind of has to jump over his own man, and he doesn't want to run, and throws it a bit high. Good defense.
Ross James standing on his own goal line to punt. And Michigan should get good field position out of this. Samaj Morgan standing back around the Michigan 35-yard line. And he's going to try to clear everybody out of the way so it doesn't hit one of his teammates.
Michigan.
Big Michigan.
Yes.
Fumbled punt led to a touchdown. Now a 32-yard punt has Michigan starting on Oregon's side of the field for the second time. See if they can take advantage of this one.
Michigan has to figure out how they can get Colston Loveland in the game.
Yep.
They've only thrown 3 passes, but he has not caught a pass yet in the game. They need to get their best player in the football game.
Loveland, their leading receiver, 42 catches, over 400 yards. Nothing yet today. Look out. Warren, throwback screen to that guy. But it didn't work. So there's his first catch and a loss of about 5.
Well, you're thinking on the same page, but I think perhaps Oregon was thinking the same way. Those secondary players are so aware. Nico Reed is really coming on for this football team. You know, Jabbar Muhammad might be their best player, but Nico Reed is right on his tail. Instinctive player. He saw it, and he beat the block to the tackle.
Nico Reed, another one of the guys that came from somewhere else, spent a couple of years at Colorado before his trip to Eugene.
All 5 first-team secondary players are transfers into this program.
2nd down at 13 now, back at midfield. Warren wanted to go right. Now throws it in the dirt, and that's wise that Donovan Edwards didn't catch that, or it wasn't catchable, because they would have lost more yardage.
I mean, you got to give it to this secondary. I mean, I don't think that this Oregon defensive backs have any fear in the wide receivers. Look at no one going deep. All 5 receivers just short on the play. No one really to go to. No stretching of the field.
So unless they come up with a 3rd down and 13, they're going to waste that short punt and good field position. Here's a wide out screen to Samaj Morgan. Ran into his own guy. That's some of the yardage back.
He ran into Evan Link that time. Samaj Morgan, probably their best athlete out there to make things happen, especially after he catches the ball. But that was a rough series for this Michigan offense.
It really was, and the fans are showing that with a few boo birds out right now.
And you know, it was a good design. I like the tight end screen call, but just better defense by Oregon.
Now Tommy Doman can flip the field again, though, if he can knock one down inside the 10 or the 5 on the punt. Evan Stewart is waiting on the kick. And bounces at the 6-yard line.
And they got their horses in. Graham and Grant are in there. see if they can get field position back for their offense.
Whittington is the tailback with Gabriel. Fakes it to him. Here comes the heat. Has to get rid of it. He got it complete. And he got it to Patrick Herbert. Justin Herbert's little brother, if you want to call him little. He had 2 big catches last week. So they're 3 deep at tight end, too.
Lined up at H-back to the left side. He's a tight end H-back, and this time good tackle in the secondary. Not huge yards after catch. That's the key. They're going to get those on the short passes, but where they catch it, try to make that tackle.
They got themselves a little room to work, at least, with that 5-yard pickup. Here comes a blitz. Sidearm throw is incomplete, intended for Ferguson. And a nice job out there defensively by Wesley Walker.
I think it was Jason Barham that put the pressure on again. You know, watching tape from last week, he has really been coming on from that linebacker spot, getting in there, making plays. I think Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator, has found something with Barham coming in there in that blitz look from the linebacker spot.
Junior out of District Heights, Maryland. Barham with the heat there, and it forces a 3rd down and 5.
Coached by my old buddy in Detroit Lions, Stan White, in high school.
Gabriel throws complete. Stewart,
There it is.
I think he got it by spinning his way.
Just enough, unless his knee came down on the play.
Makari Page was a guy holding on for dear life.
Knows where the first down is, catches it just short, slips. Now, did his knee come down? They might want to take a look at that. Quick pass. Tough for anybody to get to him on that one, and he's double teamed.
That's first down at the 16. Jordan James back in at tailback. They fake it to him, throw out in the flats, complete to Justice Lowe. And Justice Lowe's going to have to pick up more and more slack with Tez Johnson out with the injury.
Yeah, that's what makes it tough for Josiah Stewart or Derek Moore or Barham rushing, just how quick they can throw that ball. And I'll tell you, on that play, getting out there, that's like a sweep. But look at this. Completions behind the line of scrimmage, they're like an extension of their running game. And that's how you complete 70% of your passes.
That doesn't hurt.
Or 77 or whatever that number is, amazingly.
76, which is number 1 in the country. 2nd down and 6. That's Lowe in motion. The Ducks at the 21-yard line. Now they go back to the ground. Jordan James with a big opener and out across the 30 and a first down, Oregon.
Oh, good block that time by Malauulu, the center that time. He helps, and then he gets to the 2nd level. Watch the center. Help a bit, and then get to the 2nd letter on the linebacker. Good job by Apani that time. That change at center is working.
And back to tempo and the quick snap, and Justice Lowe again's got another first down.
Kind of knew that Oregon would use tempo, trying to tire out those kind of not a deep defensive line for Michigan. They want to have Graham and Grant in there all the time, and Oregon's going to say, all right, if you want to do that, we're going to make you play a little tired.
AT&T pylon cam as Lowe's got another catch. And they have worked this from their own 6-yard line after the great punt out to the 47. Mixing it up. Good run by James and 5 passes by Gabriel. Jordan James trying to cut it outside and picks up close to 8 yards before Mason Curtis made the stop.
Watch this. The left guard pulls like a little bit of a counter right here. Kicks out on the outside. Block at the point of attack, and then come around, kind of a counter play. Nice job by Struther. Nashad Struther, number 50, is the kind of guy that really made this line different when they went to him at left guard.
11 first downs already for Oregon. They're looking for another one here. 2nd down and 2. Pitch to James on the edge. Didn't get there. Nice job stretching it out by Barham again. And James comes up with it.
Yes, he is.
And he's going to stay right over there. Meaning Whittington comes in.
I always get nervous with those first down markers over there, the chains, when they try to get out of bounds. Trying to avoid the change, avoid the pylon. It's a lot of avoidance.
That's a lot of avoidance, is right. Whittington in. We'll keep our eye on Jordan James. Good thing about having 2 really good tailbacks. They're going to throw for it anyway. Gabriel Got a man down there on the run and on the move. Trayshawn Holden.
Can almost feel this coming. Since it was 3rd and short, I think Oregon was thinking if we don't get it, we can go for it on 4th down. They figure that Michigan will be squatting on a short throw. They go deep, and Trayshawn with the perfect passing catch.
And a pickup of 38. And now touchdown by Whittington.
What a run. Runs into the pile, spins out to his left, and then he looks for somebody to run over, and we saw him run over a player last week, didn't we?
We sure did.
That second running back to allow your first guy a little breather. Watch this. Initially runs into his own man, then a little stutter, and beats him to the pylon.
So they started that at the 6-yard line, moved it 94 yards for the touchdown.
That was a beautifully called drive that time by Will Stein. No doubt. He's got a veteran quarterback that he trusts. When they got the 3rd and short, you could almost feel something coming.
Andrew Boyle in for the point after this time, and it's up and good. Oregon and Indiana, the only 2 unblemished anymore after Penn State lost today to Ohio State in a tough game in Happy Valley. Minnesota up to 4-2 after they beat Illinois today. And Michigan 3-2. And the rest of the league, as you look down the 18 teams, Michigan, let's see if they can get some offense going here before halftime. All their timeouts remaining. Mullins, about 2. Michigan has won 16 straight conference games at home, but they knew they were going to have their hands full with the #1 team in the country today. Davis Warren in the shotgun. Samaj Morgan, the motion man. Warren throws, wide open man, finally got it to his tight end Loveland. Well, we've been waiting for one of those, Gare.
Yes. Got to find a way to get it to your best players. A little sail route. Tight end comes in. Linebackers looking around. It's a zone defense. Davis puts it right in the weakness of the zone.
Number 18 picks up 18 on that one. From the 45, under center, Warren. The pitch, now the end around, a flea flicker. Warren's got a man, Loveland again. Broke one tackle. Posted Loveland down the sideline. All the way to the 19-yard line.
They were going to try with the flea flicker, give him a little special to get it deep on the play, down the field. But Davis does a good job as he gets it and says, no, can't go deep. So where's my outlet? Not a bad outlet, number 18. Gives it to him and makes a big play. You've got to help your football team. You need playmakers, and you find ways to get yards and help your quarterback.
They got 36 yards, and now Alex Orji comes in as they're in the red zone at the 19-yard line of Oregon. Orji, is he going to throw? Thought about it. Throws late to the end zone and out of bounds. And Bredesen was the guy that was down in the corner of the end zone.
No real look of a play action, though. It looked like pass all the way.
Yeah.
Did not fool that Oregon defense. I'd like to see something where you fake it and then let them throw.
We said they were going to have to let him throw sometime. Otherwise, there's really no use of using 2 quarterbacks.
Correct.
Unless you're just going to run. But now it's Warren back in. It's 2nd down and 10. On the ground, and Mullings going nowhere. What a great play by Jeffrey Boston, the linebacker.
Absolutely. Got hit it kind of a run blitz type look. Expecting the run, but they 66 yards. There's Kirk Campbell. Is he earning his trust to give him more opportunities to throw the ball? It's been tough sledding running it.
Made a nice throw for the touchdown. Now it's 3rd down and 11.
Good decision on the flea flicker. Good sail route. 3 or 4 good throws.
Colston Loveland settles in on the left wing, the tight end. who's had 2 big catches on this drive. To the corner. Oh, man, that was close.
Yeah, that's where you want your receivers to help up. Tyler Morris made the great catch for the touchdown, but sometimes that's good enough. You want your guy to, come on, help us out. Help your quarterback. That would have been a great catch. Not saying it's a drop. I'm just saying that's one of those you say, God, just a little bit.
As you got a great shot, it went right through his hands.
One of those where your quarterback needs help when he's struggling.
So they have to settle for a field goal attempt by Zavada.
More correctly, when the passing game is struggling, not just the quarterback.
All right. Dominique, 9 out of 10 on the year. 38-yard attempts to try to close the gap a little bit. And he's got it right down the middle.
All right, Michigan defense, hold on.
On the receiving end of Davis Warren passes, but they had to settle for Zavada's 38-yard field goal. So 21-10. Tommy Dolman has got it teed up to kick away.
Yeah, and you've got a 6-year quarterback with 3 timeouts left.
And a little hesitation, and now Whittington's going to bring it out. Got to the 20, that's it.
I think Whittington didn't know, like, maybe this might be a safety if I stay here. I got to get out.
And he did, but they'll start at the 20.
His blocker, his personal blocker, thought he was staying, I'll tell you that. And he goes, I better get out of here.
So now, as Gary said, Michigan defense, get ready. Because the Ducks have scored 3 touchdowns in 4 possessions, and they've got all their timeouts. And Dylan Gabriel, quarterback. And they keep it on the ground. James goes wide for maybe 2.
Jordan James was called.
Quentin Johnson kind of shoved him out of bounds over there on the far side. Stops the clock with 1:43.
Let's go, baby!
Gabriel, pocket starting to collapse. Throws on the move, and Trayshawn Holden's got another one. Trayshawn Holden. All the way down inside the 35-yard line.
See what I'm talking about? A receiver helping out your quarterback there. Not a perfect throw, but again, Dylan Gabriel is so good when he steps up to say, what do I got? What do I got? And finds him. That's a nice catch behind him and high. And Trayshawn Holden gets those yards after and puts it in position for points.
44-yard pass and catch to the 34-yard line. And now Gabriel looking for more. Pulls it down. Plenty of time. Goes to the end zone. Oh, what a catch by Evan Stewart.
It's signal touchdown. A one-hander. I think there's a flag on the play, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Is it coming back? Illegal man downfield.
Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty.
Well,
It's like
First down.
darn near a Garrett Wilson catch on that one.
exactly.
And that would have counted. His foot dragged across there.
It doesn't. It takes away a touchdown, but it doesn't take away a magnificent play by Holden. But it doesn't count.
Yeah, lined up in the slot right here. Dylan Gabriel buys time. You can understand the lineman thinking it's going to be a scramble. They end up drifting down the line right there. That was a good call by their officials on the play, but what a catch if it doesn't count.
1st and 15 instead. Back at the 39-yard line. James flushes out of the backfield. Gabriel looked toward him and now goes on the sideline of Ferguson.
Calling it out.
And he's out.
The ball kind of turned him around. Let's see if he gets down. He does not.
Nope.
Feels like Michigan's living on the edge here, doesn't it, right there with these throws?
Big time edge. Oregon still all their timeouts remaining. 1:13 till halftime. Whittington now joins Gabriel in the Ducks backfield. Screen pass to Ferguson. Ferguson weaving through traffic, and he's close to the first down.
Ferguson, second team all Pac-12 tight end. Smooth, I think. Good blocker, smooth with the ball in his hand.
Now they put it back on the ground in the hands of Whittington. He's got the first down.
And all 3 timeouts. I think they'll burn one here. Oregon will.
With 45 seconds to go. Let's take a look one more time at this catch by Evan Stewart, even though it didn't count for the touchdown. Wow. I'm telling you, the wide receivers nowadays, some of the things they do are so amazing.
Is it the gloves? Sometimes I just think these things, I mean, those used to be hard. Seems like they're all doing it now.
Yep. The Ducks have 4 players that have at least 100 career receptions.
Here's the problem for the Michigan defense. Who's the ball going to? They have no idea.
That's right. That's what I was just talking about. They got so many guys that can catch the ball, and Gabriel to deliver it. That time low, incomplete though. Whittington out of the backfield. That stops the clock with 41 seconds.
Yeah, good close that time to take on that short pass. Nobody open deep.
They're already well in field goal range.
Got a tight end in the slot, a running back wide left down at the bottom. Motion's in, you're thinking man with that type of movement.
Whittington still moving. Gabriel's going to run with it. Gabriel straight up the middle, touchdown, Dillon Gabriel. 23 yards for the score on the ground.
So when you return the running back into the backfield, you look around and say, I think we got man-to-man, but it really wasn't. All the Michigan eyes, I think they dropped the zone. There's no indicator that this is man, but just one offensive lineman gets out there. Laloulu gets out there to make just traffic, and Dillon Gabriel shows his running skill. Thought that 2-minute drive would be tough on Michigan.
It was. It was 80 yards worth of toughness in just 1 minute and 16 seconds.
And that's been the story the first half, what they scored 35-35, and now 28 in this game in the first half.
80-yard drive, 7 plays. Dillon Gabriel caps it with his 6th touchdown run of the year. Dillon Gabriel has made it 28-10. Does it on his own with his legs this time. And he's closer again to the total touchdown leader of all time, Case Keenum, up to 177.
You know, Michigan has 2 safeties in the backfield. They might have been playing some kind of combo, but for a quarterback to run it in from the 23, 24-yard line like that, you wonder where those guys were.
And that's the reaction of the Michigan fans right now. Andrew Boyle to kick off. Just a little over a half-minute left in the quarter. And Michigan's going to bring it from the goal line. Deshaun Harris. And he didn't even get to the 15. Nice job down there on the special teams.
So here's where you look at. You're hoping that your safeties have their vision in here on the quarterback, okay? And as the running back shifts inside, it's going to be, okay, we got our guys deep. If he runs the ball, all right, he gets 6, 7, 8 yards. But what happens to them? Quarterback runs, they've taken their eyes out. Look at the space in the middle of the field. Right over here, too far away to the outside. Caught him in the right play. It looked like a combo coverage.
Michigan's going to keep it on the ground. Donovan Edwards for 2 or 3. And it looks like they're going to go to the locker room down 18 points. Dillon Gabriel, another
Yeah.
Great first half.
I mean, this Oregon team feels so hungry to me. You know, that last year, Bo Nix had the great year. They lose to Washington a couple times. They watched Washington go into the playoffs. They just feel like it's their turn.
Here's a kick. And the Ducks will start at the 25-yard line. Welcome you back into the booth, Brad and Gary. Jenny down on the field. Precision when you look at Oregon. I mean, just in every facet so far.
Absolutely. They do not have a weakness on this football team. They're deep. They're fast. They have experience. They've gone out and plugged the right holes in the transfer portal. And Dylan Gabriel, I mean, you know, our people are saying, is he tall enough to be drafted? Who cares? He's good enough
great
to
college
play right
quarterback.
now.
Yeah. And probably good enough to win the Heisman Trophy. He's edging in that direction along with 3 or 4 other guys.
Put W's together, you got a chance at quarterback, right?
That's right. And Jordan James to open up the third quarter, a pickup of about 3. As we check in with Jenny Dell.
Well, I checked in with Sharon Moore, and he said we need to fight for these next 30 minutes, feed off the energy of this crowd, and put it all on the line. Offensively, he said we need positive yards in the first downs, and defensively, stop giving up big plays. Now, O-lineman Jeffrey Percy, who got hurt in that first game, he is officially out. Wide receiver Joe Taylor got hurt in that last kickoff return. Guys, he is questionable.
All right, Jenny, thank you. And that's one of the few incompletions as he threw that one in the dirt on purpose.
Yep, it was well defended by the Michigan defense. I think it was Hausman that time was right in the middle of that play. He had to get rid of it.
Boy, a third down stop to open the third quarter would be just what the Wolverines and their fans are hoping for.
See right there in the graphic, 5 for 6 on third down.
Came in at 50%, and they've only missed once today. Third down at 6. Possible blitz off the edge.
Tipped away. Veteran quarterback should know what's happening. Going to get the blitz right there. They're not going to get out of it.
Snap was a little off. The throw wasn't. And Herbert short of the first down.
You know he went to the play he wanted, tried to get the quick screen right into the teeth of the blitz. He knew it was man-to-man coverage. He knew they were coming. It was 2-on-2. If you get those 2 linemen out there, you figure you've got an advantage, but well defended by the Michigan football team.
And just what the Wolverines are hoping for. 3 and out. Ross James will come in to punt. His previous punt only went about 32 yards. That's Tyler Morris, who has a touchdown catch today, back in punt return formation. Fair catch taken around the 24-25-yard line. As we take a look at our game trends presented by the all-electric Cadillac Lyric. As you might expect, trending towards Oregon. 219 passing yards, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground. Noah Whittington, a 2-yard touchdown. Colston Loveland had 2 big receptions on the drive.
Finally found a way to get him the ball.
See if they can do more of that.
See how much they open it up. They only threw, 10 passes in the first half, Michigan.
Donovan Edwards, little stutter step. Only going to get about a yard.
I think it was Derek Harmon, 55, that bounced into that play. When you watch tape of this guy, he just is tough to block.
Yep.
I mean, he defeats, I think this is him right there in the technique off the side. Watch him take on the guard, throw him away, and he's right in the play to make it.
Michigan State transfer. And there he was playing Michigan a year ago.
They had their white uniforms on in that game, too.
Yep.
Huh? Well, there's a different one.
Well, they always have a different one just about every other day. Second down, 8. Warren down the middle. Got a man, and it's Loveland on the run. And he's still going.
Great block by Donovan Edwards that time to save the play from the backfield. Loveland just kind of trails the other. Really nice design that time from Michigan, and a wonderful throw. Had to be looped in there over the linebacker. Watch Donovan Edwards this time, number 7. It's a blitz. If he does not get this block, it pass is not going to get off. Great job by Mr. Edwards on that play.
And a 34-yard pickup for Loveland down to the 39-yard line of Oregon.
Time to throw the ball.
4 catches now for 85 yards. Donovan Edwards trying to bounce it outside. Betcher is not going to let him get too far away.
Yeah, positive play, though. You're in, plus territory. You're probably going to go 4 downs here. I mean,
Betcher, their leading tackler, got him down after a pickup of 4.
one of the things about Donovan Edwards, he gets out in the secondary. He's a threat to score.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get him to be more downhill, but it was actually more than right around 4 or 5 yards on that play. Good play.
Warren in the shotgun. Loveland wants to go to him, and he finally will. They're not going to get much out of this.
Another
big hit at the end. Ooh.
Defensive coordinator Tosh Lapoy again brings the blitz. This time Donovan Edwards goes low on the block. Problem with the block, even though you knock him down, the quarterback can feel that linebacker getting into his feet. Watch inside now, number 7. He takes the block on low, but he feels him right there, and he kind of gets out of the pocket to dump it out.
Mari Washington, that might be a targeting call, but they don't throw a flag. So it's 3rd down and 5. There's a big hit on Loveland, that's for sure. Only 1 conversion so far in 6 tries. This is 3rd and 5. Quick throw, wide receiver screen, 1st down and more. Tyler Morris.
I'll tell you, Channing Goodwin and number 71, Evan Link, both do a great job blocking on this play. Number 14 is going to get a block, and then the tackle, Evan Link, is going to get a block on the play. Comes out into the slot, 14, boom, inside 71. Nice job. Circled the wrong guy, but I had the right number.
Well, the number was 12 on the game to the 22-yard line. 1st down.
That's 4 straight blitzes from the linebacker position.
This one came from Justin Jacobs.
It's been 26, 26. Now number 4 coming in. 4 and 26 have been blitzing every play. Beats him, comes across the line of scrimmage. Well, Evan Link could not get there. And Tosh Lapoy has gotten more aggressive.
Defensive coordinator for the Ducks. Loss on the play at 4.
Got the 2 tight ends to the bottom of the screen. Klein and Loveland.
18 and 17. Down to Davis Warren's right. Down the middle and got it. Loveland again. 1st and goal, Michigan. Wait a minute. I think his knee touched down. He kept going just in case.
Watch how he sprints at the snap. This guy does not come off slow. He continues, Loveland, to immediately attack the coverage. That's how he gets open.
Good throw, 20-yard gain. And, oh, yeah, he did hit the ground.
Yeah, look at that sprint off the line of scrimmage. The ball's put right there. Beautiful.
1st and goal for the Wolverines. Khalil Mullings in the backfield. Both tight ends shift over on the right side again. See if they take it that way, including Bredesen. Straight up the middle, though. Maybe 2 yards for Mullings. So he had all the blocking going to the right side. He took it straight up the middle.
Michigan's going to have to lose significant yardage, I think, for not to go for it in 4-down territory right here.
Loveland, 106 yards receiving.
Yeah, remember he had no catches a while back.
Yeah. Remember when you asked who would be other than Tyler Warren and All-American tight end? This guy might be the number 2 guy.
He's going to get Orgy's in the football game.
From the 4-yard line, Alex Orgy. Bredesen on the move. Orgy, little hesitation. Going to get dropped and collared for a loss. Betcher was the first guy there.
The Michigan pulling guard fell down on the play. That's why there was nothing there. Orgy's expecting a kick-out block, and the guard falls down. I think it's right here. El Hadid, watch this. Trips over his own center on the play, and that's why the play blew up.
And then Betcher made sure. So that's 3rd down and goal. 2-down territory, we assume. Davis Warren back in at quarterback. Loveland in motion. Warren's looking that way. Throws to the end zone. Got it. Complete. And it's a touchdown to Peyton O'Leary.
How about Davis Warren? Got benched for taking chances with the football, but when you're behind 28-10, you got to take some chances. He buys time, and then Peyton O'Leary gets across the field, and look at that throw. O'Leary does a beautiful job of coming back to the ball and really screens out Tayshaun Johnson, the 0 number for Oregon on the play. Beautiful play by the quarterback and the receiver.
Dominic Zvada in for the point after. Up and good.
So Sharon Moore told Jenny, avoid all social media. There wasn't a Michigan fan that did not want that guy ever to play quarterback again for Michigan. All of a sudden, comes up from number 3, stayed in his game, stayed in shape, bided his time, was a good teammate to whoever played, and now he comes into this football game, he's 10 for 14 for 139 yards.
And 2 touchdowns. The most recent one to Peyton O'Leary. Now the fans have gotten into it a little bit. Something to cheer for.
After what Davis has fought in his life, this feels like no big deal.
Boy, after having leukemia back in high school, he said the perspective that puts on you. Football's important, but there's other things.
For sure.
So now it's back in the hands of Dillon Gabriel. Now, Jenny tried to point out the third quarter struggles of the Ducks. Dan Lanning would have none of it.
Yeah.
It's not an Achilles heel. It's an opportunity.
Right. It is, but the stats say what the stats say.
That's right. Sometimes they lie. That one doesn't.
Right.
But here we go.
Jenny knew what she was talking about. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say. Jordan James straight up the middle. And got about 9.
Yeah, this was just a mash right there. Everybody one-on-one, they just mash it out. And Jordan James says, where's my opening? Just go inside zone and just mash it around.
This time tracked down from behind. I was just going to say, I haven't called number 55's number very often.
You beat me to it. Inside, we might have 2 of the best defensive tackles in all of college football. This time, that kind of looked like a busted assignment for Oregon. They didn't even try to block number 55.
Mason Graham, he's alone. Big third down here. They got 1 third down stop to open the quarter. They'd love another one.
Yeah, if they get one here, this crowd will be in this football game.
3rd and a yard. And they almost did.
I think he made it.
Yeah, he did.
It was close.
He didn't need much. He didn't get much.
Just enough push. Good push up front again by Strother. Good job. That was really the only crack they had, was the run behind number 50 on that play.
He got the first down by a matter of inches. So it's first down at the 36. Gabriel in trouble. Got away from one, throws on the run, incomplete into the Michigan bench.
It's a little different play action pass, and it's tough to block Josiah Stewart with a pulling guard on this play. Watch, they'll pull from one side, and then you've got Harper, number 55, trying to handle him, and that's a tough block for that guard coming across.
You can see the grimace on his face as he's still down. A major pass rusher for Michigan, almost getting to Gillen. Packed house at Michigan Stadium. Josiah Stewart came out under his own power and now trying to work the legs back up and stay warm. Most sacks of any active player, and they need him to chase Dillon Gabriel around.
He got a great honor partway through the season. Coach Sharon Moore elevated him to the captaincy, and at Michigan, that's a big deal to be a captain, especially for a transfer coming into a school.
Yep. Came over from Coastal Carolina. Looks like he's ready to roll. It'll have to be after this play, though.
That little break, though, gives Graham and Grant a blow. They're 2 main players at defensive tackle inside.
Good point. Second down and 10.
Two-man rush.
Gabriel in the middle of the field. Nice stop there by Barham.
I know they're good, 78 and 55, but when you're only rushing two, that means that you better play really. That's a bust. Two people covering one player on there. Somebody should have rushed. There's at least a third player.
Here's the third down again. 3rd and 4. Ferguson in motion. And we'll set up in the slot on the right as they change things up here.
Yeah, that gives offensive coordinator Will Stein another look to change the call.
Play clock down to 3. Gabriel loads, fires. Oh, almost intercepted.
Risky.
Almost intercepted.
Makari Page, that time number 7, closed on that play really well. He's right here in the slot. Look at the job he does. His ball tried to get it stuffed into the slot. He reaches out and then attacks the ball. 2 defenders on the play at the same time, but it was number 7 that made the play.
And another punt coming up. Ross James to kick. Michigan got the stop they were looking for. Flag down near midfield.
Interesting call by the umpire there. I just wonder what it is. Could it be something on the center, like hitting the center? Michigan, this has to be on Michigan, it seems to me.
Ron Snodgrass, our referee, talking with the umpire.
And it would be a first down if it is.
Yes, because it was 4th and 4.
Illegal formation. Defense number 95 lined up over the snapper.
That's what I thought.
It's a 5-yard penalty, which results in a first
when
down.
the umpire makes that call, something's wrong with it, and that is a mental mistake. They had the football. Look at that, lined up right over him like that. You cannot do that, whether you hit him or not. Illegal formation, and that is the call.
Wow. Well, it was an odd-looking punt formation, which could have had the effect that Pierce was thinking, I got to get over somebody.
Absolutely. And in a way there, you wonder if the Michigan press box could have seen that and helped out. As a young kid, probably never saw that formation before.
Right.
Somebody could have called the timeout for Michigan and saved that play.
So first down instead of Michigan football. That's Lowe in motion. And a quick opening draw for Whittington. Let's take you back to that punt formation. We'll bring Gene in here too. Kind of a weird looking play.
Yeah, Ness, even though we have players spread out, as you said, you know, in a unique punt formation, because that punter is 10 yards behind the center, by rule, they are positioned in a scrimmage kick formation. When they are, the center needs to be, no one can be over the shoulder of the center. That's why they made that call, even though the formation was rather unique.
So it's something we don't see very often.
Yeah,
either the call or the formation.
Yeah, when the umpire made the call, you had to figure it had to be something against the defense.
Very costly. Instead of having the ball offensively down 11, they're looking down the barrel of the Ducks' high-powered offense again.
So remember when it was 3rd and short before, Oregon went deep in this situation.
And the Wolverines get another stop.
I don't know if they have enough guys out there. 4-3. I think they only have 10 men on the field.
This would be a full timeout.
So timeout. Take
It's 5:40 now.
for you.
Yeah, jeez. All right, Michigan defense has a chance to do it again.
What do you run here?
I would go quarterback type play. I would mean like a running play, quarterback counter maybe. Try to throw the Michigan defense off.
And going to pitch it. And Whittington got the first down.
Nice little quick pitch on the play. With that call, you knew they were going at least 2 plays. And again, this is that 2-back offense that they have so far in this game now. James has 14 carries and Whittington has 7. And that Ohio State, just to give you an example, in that game, James had 23 carries and Whittington only had 3.
Funny you said that because James last week had 15 and Whittington had 7, so they're right about on their pace from a week ago.
Perfect.
All the receivers shift. Jordan James comes back in. Might have been motion on the offense there at the snap, but apparently not. Trayshawn Holden with the catch.
Well, Michigan's going to try to substitute. They're going to be in trouble here if they go quick snap. They're not going to get off. They're going to get 12 men on the field.
And Gabriel trying to take advantage. Incomplete, intended for Evan Stewart.
It was really odd for Michigan to it was run towards the bench of Oregon. That's a long trot out there to substitute. You know Oregon has the ability to go fast on that play. Oregon did not substitute, and that cost them.
Illegal substitution. Defense had more than 11 players. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Yeah, I mean, this was just obvious when the guys were running out. They had an extra guy out there. I don't know who it was, but that's the guy I'm picking.
Well, that's 2 big penalties
Absolutely.
on this drive. One on the punt.
That one was really on the coaching staff. That was a bad call to make a substitution there.
So now just second down and a yard. A team that wasn't penalized a week ago against Michigan State.
Here's that 4-on-3, 3-on-2 look where the quarterback draw hit him last time for a touchdown.
This time, James pops through the back. And Jordan James has got it first and goal for the Ducks.
There's the problem right there. Everybody's spread out playing 4-on-3 on one side, 3-on-2. There's no real middle linebacker that's good. He's trying to turn out and play coverage, and boom, you're popping it in the middle of the field.
22-yard pickup. And now Gabriel is going to get dragged down for a loss by Derek Moore.
Tries to keep at that time, and they were ready for Derek Moore. Good job playing the run and peeking at the quarterback at the same time.
As you look behind Jordan James, Dylan Gabriel now second down and goal from the 13 this time. Ferguson in motion, and James off the left side. Gets it back inside the 10.
A tough runner, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not a tall player, but who cares? You know, those small running backs packed in there. Probably 200-pound running back. Quickness, strength.
Junior out of Nashville. Has it third and goal. As the clock winds its way into the final minute of the third quarter. Gabriel, empty backfield until James will join him here. 4-man rush. Gabriel to the end zone. Overshot his man. Intended for Justice Lowe.
Yeah, Justice Lowe that time, number 14. Gabriel thought he was going to continue across the play. And Lowe was looking kind of, I think, for a back shoulder throw on the play. Coming right in here watching. Gabriel thinks he's going to come across on the play, but he doesn't. He stays wide. Anticipates the throw you don't have all day, and he stops. The ball just keeps sailing. Good defense by that Michigan defense.
So now they'll bring in Atticus Sappington to try a 26-yard field goal. From near the left hash, and it's up, and they add 3 more to the total.
So considering the 2 penalties on this drive, to be able to hold Oregon.
Plus, Davis Warren his second chance at being the starter today, and he's making it big here.
I really think so. You know, we talked about last week, when you're playing against a big-time quarterback and you're the other guy, you can't get crushed. He may be more statistics than you have, but you got to hold up your end, and he has held up his end of the bargain. He's thrown for 139. Gabriel's at 229. He's got his team in the game.
There's the numbers by half. Perfect on the last drive. And Colston Loveland, one of his main targets, over 100 yards of those passing yards on the receiving end.
And I think Kirk Campbell now looks at any play on his sheet and says, all right, Davis, I trust you.
Boyle's kickoff. And it'll Start at the 25. Jenny's got more on Davis Warren.
Well, when you look at Michigan's quarterback situation, Davis Warren told me the reason that the QB carousel really hasn't affected the quarterback's room, it actually goes back to J.J. McCarthy. He said last year all the QBs were together supporting J.J., and that energy really carried over to this season. Now, Coach Moore said Warren and Orji have great synergy. Davis being the calm, cool, collective guy. Alex is more outgoing, bringing that off-the-charts personality. But, guys, Coach Moore said they both bring that same energy out on the field.
And today, it's been Warren for the most part. Orji's played sparingly. Warren here looking to throw late and fires incomplete, intended for Klein, the other tight end. And we've seen all three quarterbacks this year in person. Davis Warren with a 3-1 record. Alex Orji 2-1. Jack Tuttle, who is retired medically from football, who we saw the last time we saw the Wolverines. And all those guys were in the same quarterback room as J.J. McCarthy. I know J.J.'s watching today up in Minnesota. There's Tuttle. And we hope J.J.'s doing well with his rehab coming back next year for the Vikings. Final 30 seconds. And only a short gain for Mullings. That might bring the third quarter to a close.
Ness, watch Max Bredson, number 44, go across this formation right here with the H-back. Watch this guy play Michigan football right here. It's not a big play, but just watch how he continues to play
to the
way
whistle.
He's been coached to play.
Yeah, all the way to the whistle. And we're going all the way to the whistle to end quarter number 3. Big Ten on CBS. We head into the fourth quarter. The singing is completed at the end of 3. And now we'll see if the Wolverines can close the gap a little bit further with Davis Warren and company.
Yeah, part of the game plan was we have to convert on third down. This is a huge one.
They're down at 8. Here comes a blitz. Warren backpedals and completes it.
Did he come in field? Did his foot go down?
Yes. Colston Loveland again.
I think they only need 1 foot.
Got that one.
Yes, he did. Did he control the football? No. He did not hit the ground and control the football. That's incomplete. Got his foot down, but you've got to survive the ground, and he did not.
Great effort. Gene Steratore with us.
Very well said by Gary Ness. I wish I had him on my crew when I was reffing because he nailed it. You've got to survive the ground, and that play gets a foot down, as you said, but when you're falling like that, when you come back down, you've got to survive the ground through the entire process, and we can see here when he makes contact, ball jars loose, incomplete pass.
Would have been his catch of the day so far.
It was a really, really great play by Colston on that one, and that's kind of football there. He had it.
Doesn't have it. And the crowd booing, but that's the right call, and Tommy Doman has to come in to punt.
Sharon Moore's going to take a challenge on the play.
Ooh.
It's a valuable timeout he would lose. Remember, he already took 1 for 2, not enough men on the field.
Michigan is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. We'll review the play.
That's
a tough call.
Tough.
Yeah,
loss.
and that's where the booth has to really help your head coach on that one. You got to say, Coach, I know you're down. Well, we'll see.
Ball pops right into Jack Tuttle's hands, I think, over on the sideline.
That's who it was.
As it comes out there. Right at the feet of Jack Tuttle.
He got a foot down, then a knee down.
But the ball wasn't in his hands at the end. Salim Chowdhury is our replay official.
Foot, excuse me. Knee. Elbow out of bounds, but as he hits, the ball is loose.
After review, the receiver was going to the ground and did not maintain possession. It is an incomplete pass. Michigan is charged for a second timeout and has lost their challenge for the remainder of the game.
That is just a mistake on the Michigan staff. They do not know the rule, and it cost them a timeout.
Loveland can't believe it, but when he looks at it, he's going to know as well.
They just don't understand the rule.
So down to one timeout. And 14:49 in regulation. And Doman to punt.
It's a beauty.
Evan Stewart camps under it and takes it around the 28-yard line. So the offense of the Ducks goes to work under the leadership of Dillon Gabriel. And here's what he has done so far today.
Yeah, he's been chased a little bit. It's not been easy. Got good yards. Throwing short early in the game. Of course, he lost his main guy, Tez Johnson, early in the football game. But again, as out of the pocket, he found people. That's where he made the plays in this football game. When he had to leave the pocket either by running and scrambling or on that one right there.
That 23-yard touchdown might be the one that ends up being the game winner as they go down to the ground to Jordan James. Boy, losing that 2 timeouts is going to really have a factor in the last 5 minutes.
Well, if you got to have the feeling that if Michigan's going to make a comeback, they're going to need the timeouts at the end of the game, right?
Yeah. Second down at 7. Ferguson, the motion man, will settle in as Gabriel wanted to throw, getting some quick heat from Stewart. Throws on the run and completes it to Lowe for a first down.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that saying Dillon Gabriel is not a first-round draft pick. I disagree. I mean, I've seen short players play quarterback in the NFL. This guy is tough to tackle. His eyes are already downfield. He's got a good size on him. He's not a skinny little guy.
Oh, he's got a big base.
Absolutely. It's kind of like a Baker Mayfield type base on him. And I think he's got all the tools.
He's been showing them to us for 2 weeks in a row.
I'll tell you, the second half of that first round, somebody's going to grab this guy.
James, only about a yard, not much there. Back to Jenny.
Well, every time Dillon Gabriel walks into the Oregon football facility, he walks by Marcus Mariota's Heisman Trophy, and he told me it's a constant reminder that he's living the dream that he always wanted. When he was 12 years old living in Hawaii, he was one of the many kids sporting that jersey. And guys, 11 years later, he's given number 8 another shot at that Heisman. When I asked him about plans for a Heisman campaign, he told me it has not been discussed, but if he takes care of business, everything else will follow suit.
Just keep winning games. People are going to notice whether they publicize his statistics and all that or not. False start here.
False start. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
We've seen some pretty good Hawaiian quarterbacks over the years.
That's for sure.
Here's a list. Timmy Chang, Marcus Mariota, the aforementioned Heisman winner. Tua we saw for all his years at Alabama. And now Dillon. And, of course, his dad, Garrett, wasn't too shabby either.
I feel like it's good weather over there to throw the ball.
I think, yeah. 7-on-7's easy every day. Just wear shorts and a sleeveless T-shirt.
Big cushion at the top of the field right here, giving Evan Stewart a lot of space to the outside.
He looked that way first, and then down the middle.
Oh, he missed him.
And he missed Trayshawn Holden.
Yeah, I don't know if he had somebody in his feet as he let that go. It looks like there's a offensive lineman that was right in Dillon's feet, had him wide open and just threw it a little bit low. I wonder if he couldn't stride into it because he had one of his offensive linemen right there.
And one of his offensive linemen down right now. And we'll check on him. We'll step away for a moment. We've got a shot here, but those two lost timeouts are bad.
They are, but it's 3rd and long. They need this stop, and then they can get in there, get in the game. But they're still in this football game. As bad as it looked early, still a football game.
Can they get the stop? Gabriel. Pressure coming. Got rid of it at the last moment, but it's incomplete. One of the few times he's been on the deck. Mason Graham had the motor running.
Well, there's the two guys right there. Which one of the two is going to make the play? Mason Graham runs right over the new player. They put a new player in the game, and Mason Graham says, I'm going right over you, man.
He was double teamed, and he got through it anyway. There's the punt they needed to force. 4th and 13. Ross James to kick. Tyler Morris on the other end for Michigan.
What a punt.
Morris fair catches and let it go, and it made the end zone. Nice job by Morris. Just got out of the way and hoped behind him that ball. And I'm with Gary. Maybe they got some kind of trick play for Alex Orji here to spring him into open spaces, but he takes over at the 20-yard line. And flags.
The shift that must have moved. Did Michigan move?
I didn't see anybody move, but I did see the shift on the front wall for the Ducks.
It didn't look like they were trying to draw him off to me. It just looked like a normal shift for Oregon.
False start. Offense, number 17, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It was Marlon Klein, number 17, right over here that they called. It's just a normal shift. There was no trying to draw him off. It was a legal shift. Okay. Oh, there's the flinch
just a
right
flinch.
there.
Yep, a little bit.
You have your hand down on the ground. You do that.
So they just made it more difficult on themselves again. 5th penalty. And a 1st and 15. Samaj Morgan in motion. Orji straight up the middle for a couple. Bryce Betcher on the tackle.
Man, I don't get that play. I got to admit, maybe if it was 1st and 10, but on 1st and 15, I just think that's kind of a wasted play.
I was just going to say it's a wasted play, if you ask me. But remember, 16 straight. Last non-conference loss at home was Penn State 4 years ago. Of course, a 15-0 run to the national championship last year doesn't hurt. And the year before as well. Look out, Davis Warren. He got away somehow. And throws incomplete, but he got a guy in the area inclined. Boy, not sure how he got out of that mess.
Well, he sure did. It came from outside. Is it number 10? Yeah, Yui Ungalele that time gets it from the outside. Doesn't get the sack, though. And Davis Warren saves, 8 or 9 yards on the sack.
And makes 3rd down at least a possibility. But it's still 3rd and 12. They've converted 2 of 3 this half, but this is a big one. Warren throws. Oh, man, did he thread the needle on that one?
For sure.
Tyler Morris.
Morris had the big touchdown catch, and he came up with there. When they needed a receiver to get one, good protection. It was a 5-man rush, and you can't throw it better.
17 yards, a strike to Morris.
Nico Reed was in decent coverage, but the receiver for Michigan, the receivers that have not done much all year, come through on a huge conversion.
We talked 3 hours ago about that. Somebody had to make some plays at wide receiver. We're seeing some today. Warren throws on the run. Loveland again. And takes out a few people on the sideline.
I tell you, there's a player on this field. I know how good this Oregon football team is, but Davis Warren has my total respect. Sitting out, being benched in the middle of September, coming back and playing like this against the #1 team in the country, keeping his team alive.
Under 11 minutes. Remember, only one timeout for Michigan remain. But 2nd down and 4 from the 43. Donovan Edwards, big opener. Into Duck territory. Jamar Muhammad brought him down, or he might still be running.
Right up the gut. That means those guys inside right there. Let's see what the center does on this play. Griffin. He handles, and then goes up on the linebacker. Beautiful combo block from that Michigan offensive line.
16-yard gallop for Donovan Edwards. And Michigan in Duck territory at the 41. 10 minutes to play. Mullings out in the flat. It's batted down.
Yep. think
Brandon Johnson.
It was exactly what it was. Coming off the slot that time, number 3. Kind of almost like a defensive end position, but jumps and gets that right hand swatted on it.
Oh, they bring in Alex Orji again. I don't get it.
Well, it's 4-down territory. I understand this one more than the last one on 1st and 15. I mean, it's almost like 1st and 10 here.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, I didn't mind this one at all. And that one got the crowd in the football game, too.
Got his line in it, too.
Absolutely. And Sharon Moore said he might be our toughest football player. They just run a sweep. Quarterback keeper gets out in front of it. Miles Hinton is out there, and watch him take on the defender on the line. He will not slide or go out of bounds.
And he goes 27 yards. I thought he stepped out, but he didn't. He's dragging guys to the 12-yard line. His own lineman actually kind of brought him down at the end.
Yeah, Muhammad was trying to pull him out of bounds, but he couldn't do it.
After a replay review, the runner was out of bounds at the 15-yard line. It's 1st down.
The replay we saw, he wasn't out of bounds. So let's see where he was. I don't think his heel came down on that play, did it? Do you see him out of bounds yet?
Not
right
really.
There. Is that the 15? Must be.
So make it a 26-yard gain at the 15, 1st down. Davis Warren back in. Play fake. Warren has to throw it out of bounds. Going to his left, trying to make a throw that way. Tough one. And Orji will come back in. Warren goes back out.
Well, the M.O. on Tosh Lapoy in this defense is when they start moving the ball, they start coming after you with the blitz. Let's see if they do it on this play. Michigan was expecting it. That's why they rolled him out on that play.
Orji going to keep it, try to follow his blockers up the middle. Again, he's a tough out to bring down, but only about a 2-yard gain.
At 3rd and 9, field goal's not going to help him with 8.5 minutes to go in the game here.
Warren back in. So it's alternating quarterbacks on this drive for Michigan. And a 3rd down and 7 coming up. And when you're thinking picking up 7 yards, you always think about where's number 18. And both he and Klein are in there. Colston Loveland will be the slot man on the right. Thank you, Gary. And they're going to move it. And they'll keep it on the ground. Mullins got a long way to go, and he's not going to get there. So it's 4th down and about 5. Tysheen Johnson, part of the group, in on the tackle. And now it's 4th and 4.
Well, they started this whole series knowing they were going for it on 4 downs. Every call they made was with the understanding that they were going for it on 4th down.
4th down and 5. 7.5 minutes, midway 4th quarter. Orji end around. Samaj Morgan wants a throwback pass. Waits, lobs, incomplete, out of bounds. And a bad connection over there in the end zone. And the Ducks will take over on downs.
Nice job by Mateo Uiagalelei at that time. Number 10. He peeked and found the quarterback on the play. Now we'll see if anybody got hurt in the back of it. Went with a trick play on 4th down. And Uiagalelei did not bite. Watch number 10 right here. He's the one that saves the day. Stay, 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 peek, and grab the last player that can catch it.
And then Alex Orji might have run in to one of our cameras over there, but it's a swing on Paramount Plus. Alex Orji, the intended receiver, Davis Warren. We'll get back to him in just a moment as the Ducks take over on downs. And they'll keep it on the ground. Whittington, and he goes for 5 or 6. Going back, I don't know, the Alex Orji thing worked great on the run.
But that was second down and 10. I don't know. In my mind, I just thought Davis Warren earned the throw.
Yeah.
So he didn't get it on third down, and I thought the way he played, he earned either the throw on third or the throw on fourth down. That's my opinion.
I agree with you. At any rate, Michigan only has one timeout if you're just joining us. They failed on a challenge, and they had to use one when they had not enough, too many people on the field. And so with 6:40 remaining and the Ducks on offense, that's going to become a factor. There's a nice play by Mason Graham.
Yeah, who else? You know, we talked about Derek Harmon, you know, having a great year at defensive tackle, but nobody's having a better year than this guy right here in college football. He's got those wrestling strength.
Right.
You know, he just kind of just leverages you, takes on the blocker, and is able to throw you away. Seems like he's the perfect size, too. You know, sometimes you don't need to be 6'5" at tackle, right? You just, boom.
You get under people and you push people around. That's what he does. Now he's in a stand-up stance. On 3rd down and 5. Gabriel, he's coming after Gabriel, but he completes it. And it's a first down to Trayshawn Holden.
Respect. Watch Mason Graham just give a handout and say, way to stand in there and throw the ball to Dylan Gabriel. You stand in there and watch. You're right into the teeth of having a defensive tackle right at you. Stand in there and take it, and at the end of the play, he reaches out his hand and helps Dylan Gabriel up off the turf. That's how you compete.
On the ground to use some clock. Whittington. Got about 5 more. And we're approaching 5 minutes.
One last look. Yep, I respect you, man. $55 right at you.
Getting a quick breather here. Maybe back in shortly. As we're at the 5-minute mark and a second down at 5 for the Ducks.
And that was a huge throw to keep the chains moving. Takes another 3 minutes off the clock, or 2.5 minutes off the clock at least, with that 3rd down throw.
And they're taking their time in the huddle and up to the line as well. See how much of the play clock Gabriel uses.
It'll be under 5 seconds when they snap the ball.
James bounces once, not the second time. Brought down by Makari Page.
So right now, when you're in the huddle, as a quarterback, you're reminding your offensive linemen, no holding penalties, all right? If you miss your block, you miss your block. Running backs, hold on to the football. We don't need 30 yards right now. We need to kill the clock. You know, maybe get 3, 4, 5 yards for a first down, yes, but we can't turn the ball over.
They're missing one of their linemen, Jenny.
Yes, they are. Marcus Harper, he got rolled up on, went straight into the injury tent. He came out, got a left knee wrapped up with ice, so obviously done for the game.
Kawika Rogers is the guy that took his spot in there on 3rd down and 3. Gabriel throws, got a man on the run. Trayshawn Holden in. Big play that time.
Wow, what a route this time. Trayshawn comes inside. Watch him come inside and then clean back out. And when Dylan, I think he actually broke his route off when he saw Gabriel run to his left right there.
So
right?
accurate, right on the money.
Absolutely, on the run, too.
47 yards.
I hope that's the receiver coach right there.
Wow. What a throw and catch. Big gainer all the way down to the 21-yard line. Trayshawn Holden's been a big part of this offense today. Now taking their time again. Snap it right at the 1 second mark. And a loss on the play. This time, Mason Curtis in on the tackle. Next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern. It's Big Time on CBS. Look forward to bringing you another outstanding matchup featuring some of the best teams in the conference. Get set for kickoff starting at 2:30 Eastern. CBS College Football Kickoff presented by Honda and State Farm. College football today. Big Ten on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Davis Warren, who had an excellent game, might not get a chance to touch the ball again. as Michigan's down to 1 timeout. The 2-minute timeout is upcoming, and the Ducks are on the move at the 22-yard line. James patiently waiting for a hole to open, found one, and took it down to the 10-yard line. First and goal.
How proud will you be if you're a football coach, if you're an offensive coordinator?
Guys.
Looked like one of your Frisbees flying in the wrong direction. Let's take a look at our Modelo game changer. Even in what looks like it's going to be defeat, Colston Loveland was pretty sensational again.
Well, he always is. If you got somebody that can get the ball out there, this guy plays at a really high level. Going to be a spectacular football player on the next level, as he is already here. And he had just enough help from his quarterback in this game. You can see what he does. Those long strides. He gets on the secondary players really quick. He is a special player.
And we got a lot of special guys wearing the chrome helmets, too. Trayshawn Holden.
Absolutely.
6 catches, 149 yards.
Remember, Tez Johnson goes down early in the game, and Trayshawn Holden stepped up.
Whittington brought down by Grant. And Michigan only stop it one more time.
As Dan Lanning said early in the game to Jenny, someone's got to step up. Next man up.
Yeah,
and he did. Got it going, learned it well under Nick Saban, under Kirby Smart, came to this program and stayed with this program when he had opportunities to leave. And he's got a really special team here.
And he's going to be 31-5 through his first 36 games. Not too bad. Quarterback's not too bad either.
No, and I watched that whole game again, that Ohio State-Oregon game. That was a special game. Those two teams battled it out. They're both really elite.
And Ohio State, if you missed it, a winner at Penn State today, so they stay in the thick of things, and only a 1-point loss to this group, the only blemish on their record. Oregon took that timeout. They have 2 remaining. Just to round out some of the guys for Oregon today, Trayshawn Holden catches of 38, 44, and 47 yards.
Amazing.
And that is big because this guy went down early in the game. After a long punt return, Tez went out favoring his shoulder or collarbone, went to the locker room, came out in street clothes. Hopefully he's going to be okay because he is a huge part of their offense, their leading receiver. But Trayshawn has picked up his slack today.
Yeah, Trayshawn kind of lost his spot with the incident, the spitting incident
against Ohio State.
Just his load kind of emerged, and now Tez Johnson goes down, and Trayshawn Holden, Trayshawn did the job when he was called upon.
Trayshawn didn't play against Purdue because of disciplinary action because of that incident. Eased his way back. Last week we saw him come back a little by little. Today he splashes on the scene at the Big House. Jordan James still fighting. Got it down at about the 2-yard line. Reminders still to come. Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ share their insights on this one and bring you today's best highlights on the U.S. Army postgame show. Indiana's leading Michigan State late in their game 47-10, so they spotted the Spartans 10 and then scored 47 unanswered.
Amazing. Michigan goes there next week. I'd go watch Indiana play Michigan, wouldn't you?
I would. Let's see if the Ducks go for more. They're going to get more. Touchdown. Jordan James in the end zone. So he has had a big day at 110 yards on 21 carries, and now a touchdown to boot. Ian Whittington, the 1-2 punch in the backfield. But he's the one. Whittington's the 2.
Well, they could have taken a knee. They did not. Nobody got hurt, so no harm, no foul, right?
90-yard drive in 7 minutes and 11 plays. And Sappington's point after is going to make it a 21-point game. More than 36 points allowed for the first time in a couple of years, and it was the playoff game. Could have been closer, and they looked at the first touchdown of the day scored by Oregon. And maybe if they wouldn't have had a couple of key penalties, they would have had one more scoring drive of their own, being Michigan. Keyshawn Harris, and cut down at the 20-yard line. So last year was 15-0, a national champion. And there have been other teams this century that through 9 games, things have not been that rosy either after winning it all.
Yeah, I think the Michigan fans knew that this was a rebuilding year, but I don't think they envisioned this.
Dropped to 5-4 and 3-3 Big Ten. Davis Warren's going to get the last snap or two. And boy, his performance was great. He did his job. Donovan Edwards trying to get to the sideline. 14 seconds left. So Oregon will remain perfect, as will Indiana in the Big Ten at 9-0.
Really interesting. Ohio State plays all of the contenders. They play at Oregon, at Penn State. They're still going to play Indiana. Right there, so they're getting the full Monty here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. That one's incomplete.
Evan Lanky, hope he doesn't get hurt. Comes up limping on this play for garbage yards and garbage plays at the end of the game. Now he's limping.
Yeah, we're already down a man there. Started for the rest of the year. Keep it on the ground, Donovan Edwards, and that will seal things here at Michigan Stadium.